Happy March, everybody.
Hey,
March
1.
March 1, the best
Brooklyn
month
with the
of the
light
year.
and beautiful.
I know, right?
I'm jealous.
Look at Miss Brooklyn.
Gotta step it up for Jersey girls. Come on.
That's it.
You know, I was looking homeless and stinky up until about an hour ago.
Oh,
I've seen all of you, honey. No worries. I know what you got going on.
well, I've been there. So, as people have watched. How are you? Not that straight on, right? What?
I said, good thing I had shorts on, right?
I mean, listen, good or bad, it'd be all good to me.
Sometimes people don't wear pants, thinking that.
True story.
Oh no, I have pants on.
I know.
I have pants on.
I have pants on.
Brooklyn? I no comment.
No, you talk is very handsome tonight.
You're just like going like Teresa right now. Like
no comment. I'm free as a bird, my friend.
You're full Teresa geodicing it right now, like
free
at the housewarming party, just like
right up on the island.
Like a nice gentle breeze might be like something for you.
I got done working. It's all hanging out.
But did you see the dress she had on? That would be hard to wear them. I mean, it was pretty, nice.
You can't wear underwear with a dress like that.
But do you ladies often go without wearing underwear? Because listen, I can't. And it's different for us.
It's different. You know what? Listen, sometimes you gotta take them off. I like wearing like the tight yoga pants, the black tight yoga pants. And to be honest, underwears ruin the look because you got the lines going. So I'd rather be free.
Yep.
But in like a skirt or a dress.
A dress and a skirt, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But not like she had on, because she was showing, it was tight. It was skin tight. How could you wear underwear with that?
Just phone, maybe.
I'm an underwear kind of girl.
Yeah.
Like I feel like armor in that area. Like I don't want that unprotected at all. Like
well, ours is up and yours hangs. So it's a little different. Yeah, apples, oranges, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I get that. I don't know. It just seems like it's very vulnerable.
Like 100. So I have to wear them.
You're 100?
Oh boy.
15 next month.
Oh my God. No, I don't think so.
I tell you, I loved her outfit. I did not like Melissa's. I don't like when tiny girls like Melissa wear baggy things. Isn't that funny? I wear everything baggy because I'm not tiny, but I don't like when little girls wear those big jumpsuit outfits. I feel like they get lost in it. She could have looked, her hair was awful. Melissa always looks good, but her hair wasn't good at that party.
Wait, at the housewarming party?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Didn't she wear a hat?
No, I'm talking about the love bubble, John. Hello?
The love bubble house.
I know. Well, we're jumping ahead. All right, let's first off say hi, everybody.
Well, we started talking about vaginas. What would you like me to do?
Well, we'll get to the vagina. We'll get back to the vaginas in a hot sec. Okay. So, hello, Ruth Ann, Jay Freak. I hope that you're feeling better. Wendy H. Hello, Ruth.
Hi,
Ann.
Wendy.
Hello, James. Barbie, Callie, Christine. 58. Because that's a lot of letters after that. And so that's that. Sheila from CA or Ka. Susie B. Michelle Franca. What are you laughing at? Hey, Addie. MTT. Roxanne. Holistic.
Hi, Addie.
Glenda. He's like laughing.
What's he laughing at?
What are you laughing at? You're like disrupting my roll call, and like it's super annoying.
Well, as long as he disrupted, I might as well say I can't wait to get on a panel with Addie. I love me some Addie.
I know. She said something naughty the other night. That was funny.
I love her.
And also become members so you can like watch the naughty after shows. Casita Designs, hello. Patricia with a C, Susie Bella, Coco. I think I got everybody. All right. We're good, right?
We're good.
What are you laughing at?
I'm watching this scam prank thing.
I'm so like, he's not like paying attention to this.
Well, right? Listen.
He's got the ear
That's
thing.
okay.
And just
better off.
Okay.
Not engaging in any of this conversation, which is dynamite. I could be on fire right now. You wouldn't even know it. So, all right, I almost ended the broadcast. Sorry, hold on.
Whoopsies.
Wrong button. Here we go. Nope, that's the wrong one.
That one on. He is. He's fabulous, and he's on the inside. Pull that one on.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here we are.
Here we
go. So, where do we start?
Oh boy.
I'm trying to think.
Well, I don't want to disappoint you all, but I did not type my notes this week.
Oh, we're gonna be lost. That's it.
Because I'm moving, and as a matter of fact, I've lost my notes. So give me 1 second.
All good.
I'm trying to think where it started.
Oh, thank you, Flower Child. See that? Snap cups to everybody here. Look.
Oh, thank you, Flower Child.
Thank you, Flower Child.
I'm so happy to hear that.
That's a good name.
Yes, Wendy, we should be. But we're working on a spinoff. It's the Real Housewives of
Wendy, they called like months ago. And I just don't have time for it. You know what I mean? It's like I can't do it all.
No.
I think we should start with a hot topic, because
Let's do it.
Let's talk about we heard about this backstage. Which box would you eat? Brooklyn?
I would start with Melissa.
Yeah. So you
because even though I'm not, you guys know I'm not on Melissa's team this year.
She's not. And for Brooklyn to say Melissa out of the gate is
yeah.
She's
definitely. I would start there. Yep.
Wicked, if you had to pick a box.
I'm gonna have to go with Melissa.
Boxing's been brought up, so we're gonna start to.
Or maybe Rachel.
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 Okay. All right. I respect it. That's your type. All right.
Look at you, little cradle robber. Okay. All right, Miss Thing.
If I had to pick someone, maybe Margaret. You figure she's like walk on the wild side.
Yeah.
She must be crazy. Yeah.
I might say Dolores.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Little bolognese sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know if Paul's going to let you through, but all right.
I don't think so.
Rosie might not like that.
Paul is like goalie. He's going to be like all over that shit.
She's always looks great.
There we go.
Very clean, her little poolside outfit there with her son, little Frankie.
Oh, girl.
Very pretty.
Thank you, Barbie.
Wicked, you're a big old cougar. Look at you.
I know.
Rachel.
If only I were in real life. We can find a date on a calendar.
Okay. All right, so Melissa wins that poll on that one. So
I think so, hands down. She's got it.
Name says Margaret or D. To what? Danielle's? Is that the D? I would think, right? Or Dolores.
Dolores, probably.
Dolores.
Yeah.
I think Danielle, real quick, she's a lot, right? Like, I like her. Don't get me wrong. I like her. But I feel like she's a lot. Yeah, like, and then there's so much to her outfits. There's just so much. I don't know where to look. I feel like Jackie. My eyes are like all over. The hair, the gloss, the gold chains on the shirt, the pocketbook. Like, girl, a simple dress.
But listen, Brooklyn, she's bougie.
She's like, all right, let me
listen, she has like a bougie, she's so bougie.
You know what?
She has like a bougie kids clothing line where they come equipped with like some like gaudy, like gold accessory. Just,
But
I think she needs like a gay best friend to go like, no, girl.
Nameplate.
That's like I'm gonna say gaudy bougie.
I want to say tacky and bougie from the 80s. Like,
we use that word when I was a kid a lot. Gaudy.
Yeah. Gaudy, is gaudy.
Very gaudy, yeah.
Too gaudy for me.
It's gaudy.
And maybe not that smart.
You can be like bougie elegant, and I think she's bougie boy.
There's a lot going on.
Danielle, she's bougie. Like she's so bougie that she like, is inspiring our children to be bougie like her.
And I still have a little bit of an infatuation with her husband's face. Not gonna lie.
What about it? I haven't, with Nate, it's his chestal region. But what's the face?
There's something about his face. It's almost like angelic.
Huh.
I like him.
I don't see it.
I don't either, but he's a bit feminine for me.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I just like the other team. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Well, you are,
Team Melissa.
Maybe you're switching.
She's not Team Melissa. She's Team Melissa's box.
My husband will be so excited when I tell him this information.
Brooklyn is Team Teresa / Team Melissa's box.
That is exactly where I'm at right now.
Right. So, like,
my current status in life. Yes.
Would you actually do that,
may
John?
Agree with Teresa at the moment, but when it comes to like deep diving, it's Melissa that takes.
Nothing wrong with that, girls. Nothing wrong with that.
But John, would you really do that? Really? Would you?
Would I do what?
If you could.
Let me. Why not?
Well, you know what, Melissa? I would think that she keeps it nice and tight. And it probably smells.
Gotta be a clean one.
It probably smells like an English tea garden down there.
Right. So yeah, you would.
So if there was like, a gun to my head, but
had to be the right situation.
There are worse, places
scenarios out there. Okay.
So
right.
listen, I will tell you this: I would eat Melissa's box before I sucked Bill Aiden's dick. How's that?
You know what? So would I.
Oh wow.
There you go. I'm down.
Hands to God. Hands to God. Hands to God. On my marriage and on my eyesight. If I had
was a choice, I'm right with you.
If it was like if we were in Saw and like Jigsaw was like Bill Aiden's cock and Melissa Gorga's box. You have to choose one to live. I would pick Melissa Gorga's box.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Oh boy, people are watching us. They're like, where did this
No,
take a
Bill's
turn?
got like some 1971 Jeremy action.
Yeah, I can't. He's like
Yeah.
He reminds me of like a Dracula type. I don't know. He's got that whole look. I don't know.
Who, Bill Aiden? Yeah, no. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I let Margaret's husband like bang me before. Like, I would let he just
Really?
No. Sorry.
That's a no.
That's a hard pass on that one.
Hard no.
I don't find any of them really good looking, to be honest. But
wait, Teresa smells like Victoria's Secret love spell from '99. Not a compliment, honey. But seriously, yeah. Like if that was proposed to me, I would pick Melissa in a second.
So now that we've established this is not a porno.
It's not. No, these are serious hot topics.
Serious questions.
And you never know when you might be in this position.
True
Okay.
story.
So where were we now? Okay, so we haven't talked about the show at all yet. We're 14 minutes in.
We haven't got past vagina.
Right. And the show amazingly does not start with vagina. So we kind of took the horns on that one. The labias, as it were. No.
Yeah.
I have my limits. That word is one of my limits.
I don't like it.
There are certain words I just cannot hear. That's one of them.
All right, so they all show the guys coming home from like the guys' night, right? They're all like drunk. The only one that was not pleased was Nate, who said it was the weakest initiation he ever had, and
full dramatic.
He's been more fucked out on a Monday night watching Matlock. So, everybody, but like, you look at Nate and Danielle and they like to have a good time.
Yeah.
But, I think that guy, even if he would have been drank under the table, he still would have been like, oh man, no, they couldn't keep up with me.
Yeah, and you know what? Listen, there was like heaviness going on. It wasn't all just drinking and everybody having fun. There was a heavy conversation going on, you know? I mean, you had Joe and Louie going at it, and that was like rough.
Yeah. And you know, but you know, that waitress was coming like with like, you know, the tray of like,
She was unaffected by the whole thing. Not impressed. I watched her face the whole time. She was like, "What do you want to drink? What are you having? Hurry up."
All right, just make sure you tip me.
Teresa cannot stand Louie and Teresa. Not Teresa.
Teresa Cook is coming in hard.
Teresa Cook coming in with the heat.
I
cannot stand Louie and Teresa. She sure did turn against her family. She sees Louie's family as new toys. And I have to agree with you 1,000,000% on that one.
Did she really turn against her family?
But okay. Look, now Teresa, like, which is in my title, right? Teresa had, you know, horrible that her parents died, but like, you know, people's parents die. It's you know,
our life.
We're gonna die. You know, it's
part of the cycle.
So, you know, but Teresa, it all came at once for her. So like, I get it.
Been through a lot, John.
Yeah, and I will never take that away from.
Been through a lot in a short time.
I will.
Jail, divorce, both parents, foreclosure. You know, the whole thing.
No, I wouldn't, and you know,
she's one tough bitch.
Time to frame.
Absolutely, and I will never take that away from her. She is a lot stronger than, you know. Look at her against Jennifer, for instance. But where was it going with this? I don't know. What was I talking about? I don't even remember now. What happened?
We were talking about
the guys. I'm saying the one dude. He would have been like, yeah, you know, they couldn't hang with me.
I had a whole train of thought, and it's completely down.
Yeah, we passed that one. But I think we were bringing up Joe.
Oh, about how her, like, she gave it to family.
Right.
So you don't think she sold out like Joe and Melissa for like,
you know what,
Louie's
John?
family?
It's so much bigger than that.
I think she did. I'm sorry.
I'm not on a team, all right? But I told you.
You are, though.
I'm really not. I'm not. Now I'm getting the fucking maracas.
I think you need percussion. So go ahead. Talk about how Teresa.
All right. Like, I'm just gonna say that you son of a Teresa.
Oh, Teresa.
Well, listen, okay, I'm being fair. I told you I stopped watching because of Teresa. So for me to say this, I just think they are both to blame. I truly believe that they are both done. And I don't see it getting better.
Both are done. I'm slam poetrying your
Can I give the middle finger on YouTube?
Middle finger.
I'm sorry, but there's a whole country of people that agree with me. Just go on TikTok.
I do. I think that Louie is still the biggest flip-flopper. I'm just going to start calling him Flip from now on.
Flipper.
You know, because he says what he needs to say in order to calm the situation and make that person happy. He reminds me of Spectrum's customer service at the current time.
Ooh, that's
you just say what they need and then go on.
Good analogy, Wicked.
Thank you.
With the Spectrum. And I you know what, fun fact, I had just a horrible situation with customer service. Our light banter section last night with my bank, Citibank.
Right.
They're just terrible. And I was like on the phone with them for like 5 hours on and off because you know what? I don't know if you don't ever get Citibank, and here's why. Because like they sent my debit card, like, you know, your ATM card, whatever, like it expired in February of, like, you know, yesterday. So I was like, well, where's my new card? So they sent my new card to goddamn New York, where I haven't lived in 4 or 5 years now, to my old address where I had when I had the bank. And I'm like, But here's what Citibank does, which is real fun.
I used to work for Citi. They're POSs.
Once they send out the new card, I still can't log into my bank right now as we speak. I'll show you what happens. Once they send you the new card, like you have to input it into like the app, or like if you log onto it from like a computer, like it'll prompt you like put in, your new card. So I never got the new card because it was sent to an old address. And I tried changing my address like on the thing, but it didn't work, whatever. At any rate, so now I'm completely locked out because I'll show you here. Like, okay, so Citi.
If you were Citi Gold, they'd like.
So what do you do? Like, how do you get your money? What do you do?
You can't.
You go get a temporary one?
Well, that's the second part of this awful story. So hold on. See, like, okay, so I open up the app and it says, you have to leave the app to go to this thing. So I hit the button, continue, and it brings you to like,
debit card, but it wouldn't be a credit.
It brings you to like the activate your card screen, which I don't have.
Oh shit!
And there's no way you can go into your Citibank, whether I can't call the number, hold to activation. I'm completely locked out of my entire bank.
Wow.
And then the fun part, I was on the phone with them last night, and they were like, they asked you like the security questions, like what was your first car color, and like the name of the street you grew up on, and she gave me like 5 questions, and she goes, I cannot go further because you failed 2 of the questions. I'm like, but it's me. I gave you my social security
shit!
Oh.
Wow.
Is there a Citibank nearby?
No.
Which
brings you to the other half of this.
Oh. Okay.
In New Jersey, to the people here on the panel.
Right.
Citibank is based out of Manhattan, New Jersey, just hugs Manhattan.
Yeah.
Just like, Brooklyn and Bronx and Queens.
Right,
right. Let me ask you guys a question. How many banks do you think Citibank has in New Jersey?
Probably 4.
What's your answer, Teddy?
1.
4.
Look at.
I'm gonna say in the entire state.
The entire state of New Jersey.
4.
Oh,
the entire state.
Oh, geez, probably 3 by the sounds of it.
Sounds like. Mind you, that Jersey is the 4th smallest state. It's not. We're not a big state here.
No.
But okay, 4. Wicked, what was yours?
I'm gonna say 4 because they don't have a lot of brick and mortar because they want everything online.
Brooklyn?
I thought there was like 50.
Well, the answer was, and Teddy, you had it originally, but then you changed your answer. So there is one branch of Citibank in all of New Jersey.
There's 3 on Hempstead Turnpike, right by my
house. That's why I have a Citibank account.
But I have to tell you,
because they're everywhere on Long Island. So I have a Citibank account.
America, all day, every day. And let me tell you, somebody tries to use my card, or they text me in a second. They replace the money. They don't mess around, Bank of America.
So, and the only
Citibank is only New York. That's what you're saying.
There's one Citibank in the entire state of New Jersey, and guess where it is? It's in fucking Newark. Now, I don't know if you know anything about Newark.
Newark is the butthole of New Jersey,
but it's a place you never want to go unless you have to.
I've flown in there.
It's
landed there.
Yeah.
And it's like an hour and a half away. So we had to wake up today and like drive to friggin' Newark so I can go to the Soul Citibank branch and bitch about
the armpit of New Jersey.
I agree, James. USAA treats their customers like gold. But you have to have military service to go to USAA.
And like the best thing was like when I went to the Newark branch and like I was like, I need to change my address, which I've tried. And I need, you guys have everything wrong. I'm locked out of I'm still locked out. As you just saw, I still can't do anything.
Wow.
Have no idea what's going on in my account. And
wait, so going to the bank today didn't fix it?
They gave me a temporary, card, right?
He can withdraw cash, but he can't use it as a Visa card.
It doesn't work. Like we went to Acme, like our supermarket. It's like, nope.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the Visa or MasterCard logo. So it's just literally like a cash card, but you can't use it as a credit card. Did you go to Acme and use it as a debit?
Wow, why'd you go to the bank? You should have called Wicked. She knows more than them.
Right?
I used to work at Citi. They sucked.
No, it's horrible. And so they told me at the bank, I'm like, well, they'll send me a new cards. And then they wanted like proof of my address. I go, what is this? The DMV lady? Like they wanted like proof of like my new address. I'm like, so I'm going to send my banking to some stranger's house? Like make sense.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Bank of America all day, every day.
She said like, I need proof of address. I go, I'm like, looking at I'm like, I don't know what I can show you like that would show my address here. And she's like, well, don't you have a utility bill? I go, I didn't bring my mail here. I
didn't bring my mail.
That's awesome.
Hold on, I'll be right back in 2 hours.
No, and I was like, lady, I just came from Tom's River, and it was like we're like over an hour away.
Wow.
Like you need to fix this.
You're determined.
Did they offer to ship your card faster?
Yeah, so I had to ask for it. So I'm like, when's the card coming? She's like, 5 to 7 business days. I'm like, I'm locked out of my account. I can't see anything until this card comes. I'm like, can you expedite it? She's like, okay, yeah, it'll be there tomorrow as long as somebody's home and you can sign for it.
She
I'm like,
had
yes,
the power.
I'll be home.
She had the power.
See, here they offer that, but they charge.
Let me tell
I
you.
gave her my phone. I slid it under the glass window because it's Newark and you have to have them. So I slid it under the glass window and she's like on my phone trying to reactivate like my online banking. She goes, this shit ain't gonna work until you get your new replacement card. So
hopefully tomorrow.
Fingers crossed.
No, I still have not changed from New York to New Jersey. I've held on to my New York license. It's hard.
Get over it, John. You're not here.
I can't. I've always been a New Yorker. We've been here for 3 years. How long have we been?
Yeah.
Now
if you were city code.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I still have not switched over to Jersey. And I'm paying more. I'm stupid. I'm paying more money in car insurance.
That's true.
It's like my car insurance.
Not sure if you guys know that, but here in New York, we pay triple for car insurance.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense because it's terrifying to drive there.
We pay triple for everything here.
Everyone just crosses the street right in front of you when it's not even a green light. Like it's like, oh, I don't.
You can drive in New York. You can drive anywhere, Teddy.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I can't. My husband had to do it, but I was like, oh my gosh, like no one even looks. They just look. Everyone here is so obedient. Like, well, there's only one person that crosses the street here at a time, but.
Okay, so we need to get back on track here because we're doing really, really bad.
So how did the show?
Where are we? Okay.
So the men survived the night out, and then
oh my god, I'll take the first line of my 3 pages of notes.
So let me just sum this up. They go out, they drink. The waitress is not impressed with who they are. She wants him out of there. You could tell by her face. Aside from the waitress's facial expression, Louie is red like a lobster. Joe's attacking him.
All the Botox. Louie's Botox face is like.
His Botox was boiling. And, I got to tell you, John, okay, I will tell you that I was on Joe Gorga's side because, again, he's right. His mother-in-law, at very least, should have been invited to the wedding. And Louie admits it. He says, I told her.
And then Teresa was when they were having their conversation, and Teresa's like, well, we didn't get invited to Antonia's Sweet 16 2 years ago. Like when she just fucking
That's the problem, John. It's tit for tat.
But that was a horrible, horrible comparison.
Yeah. That's
that
not
was,
a
you know,
she's got her girls now. Like every time she says, Aunt Melissa said this. What? Uncle Joe said that. Oh no. Like they're like her backup cheerleaders a little bit, you know? See, I could still say things like this because you think I'm, you know, a tree hugger.
Like,
I'm not.
If you agree with Teresa here, you would look stupid. Like, and I know you're not. Like, you know,
I don't. Not with this.
Comparing
No
that
way.
to Antonia's Sweet 16 was just so fucking stupid on every level. Because, you know, Louie was invited, and at that point, Teresa had just met Louie. So what's Melissa gonna do? Oh, it's Antonia's Sweet 16. Let me invite Louie's
parents.
Who just met Teresa like a couple of months ago.
Louie's parents,
and his sisters, and his parents, and everything else. Because at that point,
who Teresa just met,
and the videos are out there, or, you know, with the men and all this bullshit. That's crazy.
And then
but again, if you know Teresa, if you understand the way these people are, and I feel like I do, then you get that she's just pulling something to justify what she did.
And Italians are very like, you know, it's like, oh, and that's how they are. Like, so I could see Teresa saying, we didn't get, you know, they didn't invite us to Antonia's thing because that's what Italians do. Well, you know, she wasn't a bridesmaid. I got sat at table late, and she wasn't at the christening, and, you know.
And here we go, guys. I'm going to say it because I know you all get mad at me, but the bottom line is it's very Italian. It really is. It is. Because it's like, you know, oh, well, my mother will say to me the other day, did you get invited to so-and-so's birthday? Did you get an invitation? And I said, no, Ma. But you know why I didn't get the invitation? Because I didn't invite her to my daughter's communion. It's just what it is. It's tit for tat.
Very petty tit for tat. Everybody loves each other, but everybody's also like in competition with each other, like in a weird way.
Yeah. This family needs to stay away from analogies because they do not understand the whole analogy.
But you know what, Wicked? It doesn't even matter because, well, of course, Maria, like, given, it's not the same at all. But here's the thing, the analogies are not, it doesn't matter. Joe and Teresa, they can't even see each other anymore. They are so far gone, they can't see each other anymore.
And speaking about mothering, sorry, I wasn't going to say this, but like, it wasn't Gia or Gabriella, like her daughter, like that came out with the dress that she was too short.
Oh my God, the shorter the better.
Oh. And she said the shorter the better.
Yeah, like my mom would ever have said that to me.
Like,
and that's not how Teresa was raised. So this whole Bravo TV world.
Your thoughts
really
on that one? Are you Team Teresa on this one, Brooklyn? I would love to hear your thoughts.
I am not wearing a sign that says "I heart Teresa." Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
he's like, oh no, and like the daughter. Which one was it? It wasn't Melania. Which one was it?
Gabriella.
17.
She's second in line, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Gia, Gabriella, Melania, and Adriana, right?
Yeah.
I can never remember like the order because it's like I know Gia is the oldest.
Remember when the Manzo Caroline said, I don't know which is it? Teresa's kids are all us.
They are all.
That's true.
Yeah, like that. The shorter the better. I was like, but you know, I'm not a parent, and I don't.
Parents don't say that.
Well, I am, and that would never go. That would never go down in my house.
Honey,
showing.
Honey, your lips aren't showing yet. Hype that up a little bit.
She's 16. She's 15 years old.
Honey, you want to be a hooker? Great.
Gabriella.
They make more money.
I can't see your lips yet. And by the way, take that underwear off, okay?
Not necessary. Not at all.
Oh, good. You wore underwear today.
I like it.
Get in your love bubble, okay? You know, hike that up 2 more inches, okay?
Well, while we're talking about the attire,
here, eat some pineapple. Here, have some pineapple.
Okay. Oh. You even know about that?
John, that is the limit, John. You have went too far again.
Oh, the pineapple.
He has some pineapple. He has a shot of tequila and pineapple. Just
you know what I love about the whole housewife world? You know what I love about America? Okay, the country we live in and the housewife world. Only in America, only on the housewives can you go to jail, file bankruptcy, get deported, and then spend $100,000 on a fucking love bubble party. All right, only in our country.
I was thinking that too.
Do you know how much money they spent on that fucking party?
Oh,
okay. Can we talk about like? Did they need like that bubble lady in the fucking ball?
Yeah, John, they needed her. She was representing Teresa's bubble.
It looked like she was struggling the whole time that she was in that ball. Like she looked like she was like.
Breathe.
I don't think there was any party. They just kind of.
I saw that on $1 Million Listings last week. I don't know if you ever watched that show. You ever watch that?
I do.
I've seen
and I still didn't get it.
I've been to a party.
And they set up an open house for a very, very, very expensive home, and that was one of the things they had was a girl was in the bubble the whole time, and it was $35,000 for that. And they're like,
that's very. First of all,
I thought like she was going to drown.
That's very dramatic. That's not $35,000. My mom has a pool in the backyard. I had a party for her in July. I called to get a price for something similar like that, and it was $1,500 for an hour. So those shows.
Okay, listen.
Okay, but now
$35,000 or $1,500. Listen, for $900.
It's ridiculous.
I'll go in a fucking bubble in your fucking pool, and I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Shit, I'll do jumping jacks
for an hour. Listen, $35,000 an hour. $1,500 an hour. Listen, I'll do it for $900, and I'll just flutter like whatever you need. I'll eat a fish sandwich in the bubble in the pool.
Yeah, the girl dressed as a mermaid, and then they had mermaids all along the pool.
I mean, the party was absolutely beautiful, but I still don't understand what it was for. Housewarming, love bubble.
It was their housewarming party.
Yeah,
but they've always been like in the love bubble, so like it was like the theme was the love bubble that they were.
So what did you guys let's go back because now we're talking about the party. What do you guys think about her calling her brother and Louie writing what she should say?
She's like, wait, don't hang up yet. Want to make peace? Sure, peace.
And then her brother said, she says, I love you, and he says, I love you, and she was like shaking. Can't believe he said, I love you. Well, you said it. I mean, what's he going to say? That he already looks like an idiot,
I mean, yeah, there was no way like he couldn't say it.
Right, exactly. But what do you guys think about that whole thing? I can understand why Joe did not go. And I think it would have been good for him to go for his appearance. But, in his mind, he's like, you know what? No. My sister says what she wants when she wants. She goes where she wants, and she responds no when she wants. No one tells my sister what to do, and she never does anything she doesn't want to. And now I'm going to start doing that. Now I'm going to do what I want to do, and I want her to know what it feels like. So I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to grace her with my presence. I'm going to let her know that I'm pissed. And he didn't go.
Basically.
It is what it is.
I couldn't have gone, I don't think, if I were him. But like I would have not wanted Melissa to go. But that's me. Like
he couldn't have told her that.
I don't know. Like, I mean, like I'm the guy here, right? And
listen, he could not tell her that for more than one reason.
I know that.
Okay, she's got to be there. It's her job. Number one, things go down at those parties. Everyone knows that. And if he tells his wife on TV or not to go, now he looks even worse to the audience, to the viewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I know Melissa had to go because if Melissa didn't go, Teresa
had to go.
Look, Joe's not going, because Melissa's staying home. I know how that would have been spun,
Right.
So Melissa, whether she was like, wanted to go, not want to go, she could have probably had like 105 fever and still would have had to have gone.
Yeah.
Because,
so. And then, she goes, right? And then she goes. And that scene with Teresa's daughters and Melissa,
Oh.
I at home felt uncomfortable. I'm sure there was editing involved. Obviously.
I don't think anybody else felt like I felt uncomfortable. Like, you know, Melissa's there.
Torture.
You know, by herself and like in front of the firing squad, which is Gia, you know, housewife in training Gia.
Gia is really head bitch in charge in her house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She really runs shit behind the scenes.
I think a lot of people are afraid of Gia. To be honest. And you know, Melissa's not stupid, right? And she knows that Gia has an opinion and a voice and is vocal, you know, on social media, on the show and whatnot, right? So, you know, and she's in there on their turf without her husband, right, to protect her.
She should have brought her kids.
Like, I thought that was really,
and that's why Melissa was vulnerable. That's exactly why, because Joe wasn't there and there was no protection. And that's why Melissa got vulnerable.
I think that the conversation would have went better if it was Teresa's other 3 daughters and Gia wasn't there. They probably would have had like a great conversation. Maybe not great, but better than what the fuck that shit show was.
They had nothing to say to each other. That's the sad part.
And they're saying how much they miss each other and this, that, and the other, but like they're sitting there. You know,
but I also think Melissa was trying to be mindful that these are the daughters, these are the nieces, and the issue that they have is with their mother, not with them. And that's, I think Teresa is dead wrong for putting her daughters in the middle of adult drama.
Louie told Joe at the bar that the girls heard what you and your wife said. The girls heard it and they're mad.
But Melissa was never going to win because look how standoffish Gia and was it Gabriella, right? Right?
Yeah.
Look how standoffish they were. Like, as soon as Melissa comes up, like Gia's like, you know, I'm not staying up late tonight. And the other one is like, you know, I got to go to sleep early. I got finals. So like right out the bat, they're being like, I don't have time for you. That, you know, so like, I really felt for Melissa and like, you know,
I think that Melissa
or whatever, but like,
listen, Melissa knew they were filming when she made that podcast. I listened to that podcast and it wasn't really good what they said. They didn't need to tell the world that they filmed with Joe so Joe would have income. They would,
but if that's the truth, and look, you know, it's not like Teresa isn't giving all about the Real Housewives, every text and everything to
now,
show her.
But John, this was 9 months ago. She's doing that now. Melissa, when Melissa made that podcast, she was a month into filming. She was seeing Teresa. It was a different time and it's a different situation. She shouldn't have done it. That's it. The girls had to hear her say that her and Joe put food on their table. And then Gia says, we saw them once in 6 months.
So who's lying? So did Joe and Melissa only go there once?
Joe and Melissa said that no one was around. The cast had gotten switched. Do you remember?
Yes,
that season.
Season 6 was they swapped everybody out. They had the twins.
So there was no.
They had Amber. So it was Jacqueline was gone. Caroline was gone.
Right.
Those 2 big giant storylines were gone.
Right.
I mean, Jacqueline came back in 7 for like that one last season, but yeah. So season 6 was Teresa, who was like getting ready to.
So that was the issue.
Melissa. They brought back Dina for one last season, and then you had the twins and then Amber.
So what Melissa said was, we had no cast. The cast was broken up. Everybody dissipated. So there was just us, and Joe needed cast to film with. That's why Rosie came over. That's why Melissa.
That was not over. Rosie and Kathy were already shunned by then. They were done by season 5. You know.
No, John. Rosie
no, I know
came
that they
over.
were there. I know what you're saying, but like, you know, season 6, what we're talking about, Rosie and Kathy weren't even like, you know, guests or like friends of the show like then. Like they were just like, you know, they were, you know, Kathy started off season 3, 4,
but she
5,
still went.
And then season
Rosie
6
went, and Melissa
you're right.
went.
Season 6 is a friend. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right. I got you.
No shit.
I had to think about it in my head real quick. But yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So basically, Melissa said, we went and filmed so they would make money. And we helped them put food on the table. The girls heard that. And this is at a time when Teresa's not married yet. They just started filming the new season. They're seeing each other. There was no need.
Also, Joe is saying that they were there for them. So, like, who's lying?
She's mad at both of them.
I would take Joe's word over Gia's.
Which Joe though?
But it's not just Gia. It's not just Gia. Gabriella said they weren't here. Like all the girls said it.
Because like, what were they fighting about? Like when I have a good point. When Teresa maybe told the girls maybe like that Joe wasn't coming. Oh, shit, because we're not going in order of the notes, and I have it written down here somewhere. I'll figure it out.
When was it Melania or Gabriella said, if he doesn't come to the wedding, that's it. It's over. I'm done. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it was.
Sure.
Damn it.
Was it last night?
Gia was like, well, that's okay. They were being like very like
aloof
about it. Like, Teresa was saying to them.
You're talking about before the party started. So my brother texted me, said he's not been able to make it.
Yes.
And they said, all right, well, that stinks. I wish you could come. What are they going to say?
And like, G was like, well, they don't invite, it's not like they invite us to everything either. And like, I felt like that was them like being like, just,
No, but you got it messed up because that was two separate responses.
But I think like, the kids are going to back up their mom and their dad, right?
Always.
Which sucks over their uncle, right? It's like it's a real blood uncle, but
and like Gia said in her confessional, when the parents break up, so do the kids, and it's sad. They don't have a relationship with their cousins,
But they're all adults now at this point, Sheila. I have to question that. Like, Gia can't call Antonia. Melania can't call Antonia.
How do you know Antonio's not? How do you know Antonio's not calling them?
What?
I could say the same way. Why isn't Antonia calling them? You don't know, John. That's the thing. You don't know.
Yeah, it goes both ways. But it's what Gia said, right? It's not Antonia saying it in a confessional. It's Gia saying it. And Gia saying, that the wall goes up and it's a sin because we can't talk to each other.
And Gia's right. And you want to know why it happens? I'm going to tell you.
But when you're small, listen, we're all the time, right? Like I've had aunts and uncles and my grandparents have fought with aunts and uncles and they don't talk for 20 fucking years. And like you miss out on everything.
It happened to me. True. It happened to me several times. My dad didn't talk to someone in his family. I loved his kids and I really wanted to be close to his kids. But what's going to happen? They hear their father talk shit about my father. I hear my dad in the house talking shit about their father. Now we're going to hang out. It's just weird.
These are like grown kids. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, Gia's like, 21 or 22 now. And, Gabri 19, and even if you're 16, 14, 13, right? Like they all have cell phones. They're all like on Instagram. They all have social media accounts and they post and they talk to everybody. And, so if they really wanted to like talk to their cousin.
But what's different about them?
DM on fucking Instagram?
What's different about them is I had this happen to me, John. You've had it happen to you, but we weren't on one of the most popular TV shows in the country. That's where it gets sticky. These kids have social media. They have Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. There's all these voices in their ears. We didn't have that back in the day. Uncle Paulie didn't talk to Uncle Tony, and that's it. And then you didn't talk to his kids. They didn't talk to your kids.
You were like I didn't see like one aunt and uncle and like two of my cousins for like literally 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And it took the death of like somebody else to like bring us
100%.
again.
My grandfather fought with his brother over business. My grandfather had 6 kids. His brother had 4 or 5 kids. We were so close to the whole family except those 5 kids. Now as adults, we talk to them, but we don't have that same history with them. We missed 30 years.
My best friend growing up, her mom and her mom's sister didn't speak for about 30 years, but her and her two cousins, they stayed super close the whole entire time. And I always said to her, what's that like? That's gotta be weird. She's like, yeah, we just don't talk about them because they're ridiculous.
Well, and that might be the difference between cultures there, Teddy.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, because I remember thinking
that right there might be it.
Yeah, and I know for a fact, like my mom's got 3 sisters, and if anything had ever happened between her and them, I would still very much talk to my cousins.
My mother is one of 6. There's one brother that no one really talks to. I don't even know his kid. He could walk past me in the street. All the other siblings, I see their kids 3, 4, 5 times a month. We're so close. That one kid, I don't even know him.
No.
So there you go.
That's sad though.
I have a lot of those on my dad's side too, because he was the youngest of 8. So right. There's so many that actually 4 of them ended up in foster care. And remember that story I told you last week?
Yes.
So when I was approached by her, I thought she was one of his.
Right.
So I said to her, I think I know who your father is. She's like, oh my gosh.
Little did you know. Surprise. We got to catch you up on that one later.
Oh, how the times changed very quickly for that.
But listen, and don't forget, Teresa and Joe, they only have each other. That's it.
I know.
They only have each other.
But did you notice when, this is going back a little bit, when Louie was talking to Joe at the bar, like Louie is like smiling and laughing. Like
he doesn't get aggressive like that. He that's his
I know,
way.
But it just, I don't know. It's like a very passive aggressive move to me,
He's weird.
Weird. Don't forget, guys, he went to a peace camp. He's all namaste and all that crap, right? Which is not crap, but he makes it crap because it's like it looks fake on him, know?
Yeah.
Because like Wicked said, 1 minute he's like, I want you guys to have love. And the next minute he's like, your brother's a bitch. But what is it, Louie? Pick one.
And exactly.
Yeah.
1 minute he's like, let's make peace. Life is too short. The next minute he's like, they're insecure little pricks.
Yeah.
And then he was hugging her. Like, that's so hard what you just had to do. And I was thinking,
tell us how you really feel.
So from here forward, he will be known as
Flipper.
Flippity
Flipper.
All right, let's move to Dolores. Because I'm on the second page now, and I have like 3 more pages to go. God damn, these one long. Okay, so Dolores. Yeah. What do you guys think about like her and like Frankie? I think that she has to like have.
She's right on track, John.
She's
doing exactly what she's got to do.
Yeah.
52 years old, and she's taking the bull by the horns, and she's doing what she's got to do. Enough with the crap.
And to Paulie's like level, like he's the man of the house now. Like if I were Paulie and she called Frank to come fix a pipe, I would get mad. Like
not to go back to box, but if I must, I will. Like never mind, that was a bad analogy.
Okay, so going back to the box. So let me get into the situation. Okay, so a new box situation, guys.
Well, I was gonna say Frank's got a 35-year-old box he's got, right? So what's he worried about what Dolores is doing? She's got her own situation.
Dolores' box or Danielle's box?
Now you're gonna think I'm a full-blown lesbian, but I'm gonna say Danielle, even though I don't. She's gaudy. Dolores, I can't do that with Dolores. She's too motherly. I can't put her in that frame.
I see that though. I see that. I see that with Dolores.
Dolores is like one of my aunts, Aunt Dolores. It's a name too,
So now I wanna, with my aunt.
I still might have to be Dolores.
But I mean, look, I like where she's at.
Now that you said she's motherly, I have to pick Danielle. Because
I know.
Yeah.
Now, you kind of ruined it.
I know.
Sorry about that.
Damn it.
Sorry about that.
Now I'm like Tia Dolores.
Danielle's not very bright, I don't think, so I can't go with her.
No, but she's probably it's probably got rhinestones on it.
Do have to
listen, she's bougie.
That's got like 2 Chanels on top and studs.
She's got Swarovski crystals up in that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
it smells like Juicy Couture.
Probably.
It pops out like a good dive of chocolate when you're done with it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that type
She's
of
probably got the hair dyed.
Yes, like absolutely.
All that shit.
But
She gets
she has
highlights
any.
on it.
There is any, right? Might be Brazilian.
Yeah,
Would
I'm
you
going
say
with Danielle for sure.
a
It's probably
keratin
an adventure.
treatment on that, Brooklyn?
What?
Would there be a keratin treatment on that down there?
I half had a highlight on the top, keratin on the bottom.
There you go. So that's
Yep.
it.
Maybe a little ombre action.
There you go.
I think we all agree that like Dolores is right in picking Paulie.
She's in
over-
the best place that I've seen her in years.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
all right. So next we have the next scene, which is Jennifer and Bill's dinner.
She's a mess.
you
She's a freaking
know,
mess.
and I kind of agree with Jennifer to one point because she's talking about how she has like the prom party bus for her son. It's his prom, blah blah blah, and Bill's like not happy about it, but whatever. Like they have more money than fucking God. Who cares? Like really, like oh, is that an extra $400? Like
It's just a boob job. It's one more boob job.
So, and she's like, listen, after what you did, I'm gonna spoil my kids because they had a rough year. And I kind of agree with Jennifer on that one.
Brooklyn,
That
But
might be
I
the only
think that
thing she
there's
said I agree with.
I think there's a line that Bill's like trying to get past, like, these kids have to one day go into the world, survive without mommy, and anytime, and the kids know they're not stupid.
No, all those kids are gonna live there till like they're like 45. It's gonna be like stepbrothers.
No.
Like, no.
No.
Would you want to
We're
leave
gonna
that
get
house? I would
married.
not want to leave that house. No.
John,
no.
they're gonna
Balcony
get
off your
married
bedroom.
and move their spouse in.
Yes, I would. Listen, no shame. Listen, if that was my house and they were my parents, and I had an indoor basketball court and a fucking movie theater, and I was the king of Bergen County,
They have a guest house.
yes, I would fucking move my wife in there.
Well, they're going to turn the basketball court into, like a studio apartment.
Oh hell no. Yeah,
But
like
there's a guest house. You live in there, and there's balconies off some of the bedrooms.
But also, I'm sure they would give them tons of money for their own house too. So, like, you know what I mean?
But I just,
don't have to worry about it. So,
Bill's like, these kids have to function outside of this house.
Those kids are horrible.
And you're not helping.
They're horrible. Like, the way they talk back to their own mom.
What did
the little girl say to Jennifer about her? Was it her nose job?
At least it's natural.
Yeah, at least it's natural. Like, hey, Heather, they're like not they're. I mean, they're too spoiled. They really are. And I can see Bill's approach, but I can see Jennifer's reply. But at the end of the day, like, if they're not wiping their ass with like $50 bills,
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just agree with you on that one.
But
you don't think the kids are spoiled?
Here's the thing: he didn't come from money. She didn't come from money.
No, they made that clear.
They made it together. I do follow her on Instagram, and she's got some good kids. The older daughter is a sweetheart. The oldest son's a hard worker. He's interning at his father's office. It's the freaking little one. That kid drives me nuts. I can't stand that little one.
Isn't her name?
Olivia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a little bit too sassy for me. But it's like
you could be spoiled and still have like
she's
a type of like worth ethic, though.
And it could be that like when she's around, it's like she knows the cameras are there, so she's like turning it on for the camera. Versus when if you saw Olivia one-on-one, she's a completely different child.
But here's how spoiled
She's not,
works.
though. She's not.
Here's how spoiled works. You could be spoiled where like you get a lot of shit which you don't deserve, and like you look at it in the approach of saying like, well, I didn't have to work and do anything to deserve this, so why bother doing that? And there's the other side of the dime which spoiled, saying like you do get this stuff and you see this stuff and it inspires you to like get
to
more
feel blessed
and make yourself do it. I don't know.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because it's 2023. I'm not Jennifer Aiden, and I certainly don't live in a mansion, but I got 2 kids. They're spoiled AF. I try to teach them an iPad, cell phone, new cell phone, Jordans. Go here, go there. My son comes home today. He goes, Ma, I need $100 tomorrow. For what? I'm gonna go play airsoft at the basement at Tri-County. I go, $100? It's like nothing. But I teach them. I try to do the best I can. But it's hard now. It's really hard.
But are they appreciative?
Yes.
Yeah, he gave me a kiss on the forehead for 3 seconds and ran upstairs with my $100 bill.
But listen, I think you can.
I'm trying to
I think
keep
you can
these kids grounded in this house.
Death.
I can't imagine in that mansion with the cameras rolling.
But I think you can spoil your kids, but if your kids are happy,
like what's wrong with spoiling them? Like if you can afford it and they're
right. But
my husband and I
like
work very hard. We make a nice life for them. They do very good in school. My son knows the minute the grades go down, his life is gonna suck. He knows
but
that.
It's like, are they? And I'm going to use my cousin as the example. Like,
okay,
her child is a doll. I love her to death. I love her to pieces. Like, and she is just as happy if you give her a $50 gift versus a 50-cent gift. Like, she's just appreciative.
Well, maybe I got to move to
what
Kentucky.
She has.
Because they're in Long Island. They don't want no 50 cents.
But I'm just.
We're keeping up with the Joneses, the Aidens, the Hiltons.
The 50s. Like, here's 2 quarters for you, Chip.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I think it's different in different states.
I don't know. Listen, like my great grandmother raised me. Like, she was like 70. I was like 9. She lived in a senior citizen complex. Like, I didn't get stuff often. So like when I did get something nice, like I appreciated it.
Yeah, I love
because you weren't spoiled.
But like,
but you can still be spoiled and still be like, yeah, I'm blessed. I know that
100%.
I can do this. Oh my God, 50 cents was just an analogy. You people don't get analogies. Holy crap.
Just like Teresa, right, Brooklyn?
Oh my God.
Well, Glenda's asking if they do chores or have responsibilities, which is funny because it was last week that she tried to get them to do chores. And remember, she said the young one, the 9-year-old.
You never pay them for the chores. Like, and again, I don't have kids, and like I'm not a parent.
No.
Well, I think what Wicked was saying is her niece is appreciative of any gift, whether it's an expensive gift or a cheap gift, and I really have to say that's amazing. And I'm also going to say, I think it is the environment your niece is in. And I think that I'm being honest. I think the state you're in is a big factor here. I live in Long Island. And if anybody knows anything about Long Island, I'm not keeping up with any Joneses, okay? They're not even Italian, the Joneses.
Listen, I'm from Long Island, born and raised, and lived there. And the only reason why I'm not in Long Island right now is because it's just so goddamn fucking expensive.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Yeah, well, that's why we're not there. So, and I would love to be where I grew up, like, Nassau County, in a good
where
spot.
I live.
But it's just.
I'm sure that the women, and men in the chat could understand,
But there's like other things, like, the traffic is unbearable. It's just,
that's another thing. But I mean, I have a 15-year-old, all right? His feet grow like every 3 weeks. And he doesn't want me to go to Payless. Well, that's not even open anymore. But I'm just saying, like, what do you think they're all wearing in his school? They're wearing $200 Jordans. I will not buy him 10 pairs of Jordans. He will get 1 or 2, and I will wash them in the washing machine 15 times to keep them sparkly clean.
Yeah, I think it's silly to spend like money on like kids sneakers, like a lot of money.
I'm not just like.
It's always getting bigger. Like, wait until they're grown, then I get it. But like, if I was a parent, I could not see like spending like hundreds of dollars on children's sneakers so their foot could outgrow it in like 4, 5, 6 months.
Right. I mean, we work really hard and we do well for ourselves, and we're not throwing money out the window. But with that said, my parents had nothing. I wanted, back in the day, I wanted a pair of Fila sneakers. They were like the shit, right? Everybody had Fila and a JanSport backpack, right? I didn't have Fila's or JanSport. My mother said, we don't have the money. I appreciate everything I have because I worked hard for it. You know, I don't know if this generation is going to know what that is. I don't.
I have a question for you guys because I don't know if you had this over there or not, but when we wanted really expensive, it was Ralph Lauren dress shirts.
Oh, like I'm in the generation of Z Cavaricci's.
Wow.
And
that was like in like, you know, for me, like in 6th grade. You know,
James
like,
Keeney.
But
I have my Z Cav stuff in the closet, which I, you know,
and the jazz shoes.
I have my bomber jacket, the t-shirts, and what else? And then a denim jacket from Z Cav. Oh,
remember when everybody had to have a starter jacket? You had to have a starter
I had a
jacket.
starter jacket too. Oh shit.
But what I was gonna say was my husband did this too, and I did this. My parents.
What's up? You want this jacket, don't you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
What's up with this shit right here?
Vintage, man.
Now you're jealous.
That's impressive.
Look, I'm Margaret jealous of Jennifer right now. Like, look.
Wow.
It says C Cavaricci. Like this is like boss.
That is impressive.
They fly the bell call. They want their jacket
Yeah,
back.
and you're jealous too. So
Seriously.
that's okay.
Okay. So what I was just gonna say real quick.
I only wear that to church on Sundays because that's how nice it is.
Sure.
But Ralph Lauren, I don't
Thank
remember.
you. Hold on, Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. First super chat of the night.
Wait, what were you gonna say, Teddy?
What?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I don't know if you guys had this or not, but we would go down to this store that sold these shirts, and we had to get a job first of all, and then also it was called, you put it on layaway.
Oh yeah,
Layaway, yeah.
Keep putting $10, $20, and
yes,
that shirt.
My whole life was layaway. My mother, there's probably still a package of clothes for long layaway for me.
Sorry, my dog's barking.
We couldn't always pick it up, though. I'll tell you that. We couldn't always pick it up.
No, but I thought that was a good way to learn. I was glad my parents did that.
That's right.
Is Kmart still around? Like they're all closed over here.
We only have one left on Long Island.
Is it the one in Levittown?
I think they've officially shut down.
That's a Home Depot now.
Where's the one? Another one in West Babylon closed.
The only one that's still open, it might have closed recently, is the one all the way down Merrick Road. I think it's like
where on Merrick Road?
Maybe Babylon.
No, the one in Babylon's closed. That was closed like 5 years ago when we were still there. That was on Montauk Highway.
Then you know what, John? We're done.
I think because there's no Kmart's over here that I've seen.
We're done.
But they were always like grimy. Kmart's are always just like dirty.
The one in Levittown was always horrible.
It was, and there's like there was always like stuff
falling
out.
Remember Caldor?
I loved Caldor.
Caldor is where.
Hey, do you remember TSS? No. TSS, there was a giant TSS in fucking Levittown.
I remember
Service merchandise. Service merchandise.
Yes.
I remember service merchandise.
With the conveyor belts that you would like, you'd buy your shit.
Yep.
And like you'd have to wait for it to pop out on the fucking belt.
Yeah.
Which was exciting. Cody, did you ever go to our service merchandise before?
I never heard of that.
Just in the north.
And we had when I was a kid, we had Woolworths.
Oh yeah,
we had that.
There was the Woolworths, and I don't know if you remember this, Brooklyn. In Roosevelt Field, the Woolworths had a lunch counter.
Yeah, the bar stools.
Yep. It, like Alexander's. Oh my God,
Alexander
with the stained glass windows everywhere. Oh man, we're
my parents
owned it down memory lane.
I was a big when I was little. I was a big Oshkosh Bagosh kid.
Maria has to be from the New York area somewhere. Where are you from?
Definitely.
Maria?
Well, my parents owned a business growing up, and the Woolworths was right next to it. They'd send us over there, I swear, with a quarter, and we would get lunch.
Oh yeah, that was enough.
Alexander's was like a department store, and they had like these like murals and these giant stained glass windows. They were beautiful. And there was one in Green Acres. That's when we used to go.
There was one in Kings Plaza in Brooklyn.
That's ours was the one in Green Acres.
Yeah.
Before
now if you go to Green Acres, you have to duck.
Green Acres is really bad.
Okay, should we get back to the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's get back to the show.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just trying to remember.
It's Brooklyn's fault. She takes me down trips down memory lane.
Always my fault. Always.
It's always your fault.
Always Brooklyn's fault.
Of course.
Okay, so we talked about. All right, so Jennifer's like, you should always like follow me blindly, and
he wants Bill to be someone who he's not.
Yeah, agreed.
He wants, and don't take offense
You're
to
spot on, Wicked.
I think she wants him to be like more Italian, more expressive, and that's just not Bill.
Wicked,
but they're not Italian.
Spot on.
They're not. Neither of them are Italian. They're Turkish.
Yep.
Well, I know,
but what Wicked is saying
I think Jennifer wants to think she's Italian.
That's the kind of guy she wants.
Yeah. And I think
she wants like a Joe Gorga. That's why she hates him so much. She wishes her husband was more like Joe Gorga, and that's why she fights with Joe
my
so
husband
much.
will take a bullet for me. So I know I get that.
So I think Wicked said it 100% like it is.
But Bill's got to keep up his reputation. I mean, he's a
plastic surgeon.
Yeah, you can't be acting like that.
And
but just because he's a plastic surgeon doesn't mean he can't defend his wife more.
But
not the way they do though.
What he said to her though was like, so you want me to say, that effing C.
See you on Tuesday.
Let's leave. And she's like, yeah, I want you to say that. And
he goes, let's get the check.
But like Wicked, he doesn't have to be aggressive. But what Wicked, I think, is saying is she sees that with these guys now, and they go for their girl hard. And every time she turns to Bill, he's like, just be nice. Just get, she's like, dude, like, step it up for me.
Yeah.
She's crazy all the goddamn time. Like, if she was like,
he married her.
Crazy. I'd be like, yeah, girl, I got you. But she's like at 1,000,000%.
Over and over and over, every single one. Yeah.
She drinks and she is. There's no reasoning.
Well, John, this season,
Jen, kick her, do this, say that. Like he would look horrible. Like there's some stuff you can't.
Well, we're only 4 shows in, and she hasn't drank very much, and she's spiraling out of control
because her life. How is she a housewife? They want to talk about Melissa's storyline. What is Jennifer's storyline? What
Teresa?
She's the Lisa Rinna. She's gonna be like the Lisa Rinna of New Jersey. Is what Jennifer's
John, I'm gonna give you a lip gloss tap on that one. That was an amazing analogy. She's exactly that. She has to fight with each person because she has nothing.
Look what she's doing with Jen Fessler. And then she was calling.
Give yourself a Morocco for that one.
I need one.
What's her storyline? And her storyline last season was like the affair, which she probably told Margaret to leak herself because why is Jennifer on the show?
Which I get
what is she bring to the table?
Did you guys watch What Happens Live last night? See, I can't watch it here, but I heard clip of it today. Okay, was that when Jennifer was explaining how they gave her a reality TV contract? They presented it to her and they said it's not just housewives, it's across the board. Everybody that's on reality TV has to sign this contract. And she said it basically said that she would have to be filmed in places that she never thought she would have to be filmed, like kind of.
I didn't hear that on What Happens Live last night.
That wasn't? Okay, so I heard this.
We watched it. We just watched it before the live started.
I just heard this today. It might have been a podcast then, but so she was saying that, so initially she went to Bill and talked to him and he said, no, I don't think you should do that. So she went back and she said to her producer, she said, no, then I can't sign this. And they said, okay, bye. And then after a few days went by and she
James, don't do Sutton like that. Sutton's great. We love Sutton.
She said she wanted to do it badly and that she was going to be fucking amazing at being a housewife. And so she went to Bill and she goes,
I'm waiting for 10 years to get on the show.
So she went into Bill's office.
Yeah, she was like always wanted to be a housewife.
I'm going to do this with or without your approval. I'm doing it. And I'm going to be, he said, I didn't know you wanted it that bad. So she's like, I'm going to be fucking amazing at it.
What's her storyline? Everybody wants to give Melissa a hard time. Like, what's Melissa's storyline other than Teresa? What the fuck is Jennifer's storyline other than being a shit-stirring Lisa fucking Rinna?
Yeah, but then Melissa and Jennifer are in the same category then, John.
But speaking of shit stirrers, I have to give Margaret props because Margaret,
she's amazing.
I love Margaret so much.
She's the bomb.com.
Margaret was like, ooh.
Melissa, did you hear what she said?
Margaret was like, oh,
That's
Rachel,
okay.
did you hear what she said about it? And oh, Melissa, that was a dick move. And oh my God, Jenn Fessler, what do you think about that? Like, Margaret.
It's like tell Margaret.
She was starting good this episode, and
so good.
She didn't miss a fucking beat. Margaret was like all over the goddamn place. I loved it. I loved every goddamn second.
Margaret is working for her paycheck.
She is like Margaret. Like that's a housewife. Like that. She's putting the fucking time in, man.
And Margaret's friends don't throw her under the bus like Jennifer's do. I mean,
Margaret,
it reminds me of, do you ever watch Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Okay, so when Mark Cuban does like his his 30-second shot clock, and then idiot Lori Bernier tries to do the same thing, and it's like, you're not Mark Cuban, don't try that.
Yeah,
it just kind of reminds me of that, where
she's
Jennifer tries to Mark Cuban it, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, she.
It's all in the delivery.
And
then there's Mr. Wonderful. He's just kind of a jerk. And then there's Damien. I like him. He's good. But Lori and Barbara.
Sorry.
But anyway, it's like, she is so wanting. Jennifer is just trying to be Mark Cuban, aka
kind of exhausting to
Margaret, and it ain't working.
They give like Bethany her props for being on Shark Tank for like 5 episodes. Like remember when Bethany was on Shark Tank for a hot second?
Yeah.
Poor Bethany,
smart girl.
She actually had a show after that with Mr. Wonderful,
like 45 pilots and spinoffs and 1-season shows, and they just never last. And I love Bethany, but she always thought she was better than Housewives, and that's exactly where she belonged the whole time.
I love her.
The biggest Bethany fan there is.
Super rich, and she
was on Money Court. Did you see that? And that recently.
Remember she had her talk show 10, 11, 15 years ago, how long that was for 1 season. Then she had the real estate show that lasted a few episodes.
A season.
She was on Skating with the Stars for a season. She got that 1 season curse. So Bethany was the epitome of
she should stick with Housewives and salad dressing.
Yeah, and I love her salad dressing. We have every fucking flavor here at Shea Yates of the Skinny Girl brand.
And her popcorn, so good. Skinny Girl popcorn.
Is that the Skinny Pop?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And she left Housewives, and it just New York is canceled. It lasted 3 seasons after Bethany left, and Bethany was the fucking show, and New York always sucked without her on it.
Wait, did they cancel it?
Well, it's been on hiatus for I think 2 years now, and I think they have a new cast, which I won't watch. No. I don't care.
No.
They have a new cast of all new girls.
Not the count.
One of which already quit, by the way.
Yeah.
So that should be starting soon. They were going to have a New York Legacy Housewives thing where it was all the old timers, but they were all in fights with money over that. So that's done. And so much for New York.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think they're going to end up scrapping the new that they just filmed, and I think they're going to try to redo it. I don't think they'll release this season.
I can't I have problems with new franchises because I don't want to learn about
anybody.
6 new people. I don't. That's why I couldn't get into Dubai or Salt Lake City, to be honest with you. I just couldn't learn about these people's lives from
even Miami. It's too much.
That starts next. Is it next week?
Is it Miami now?
It was just advertised. I think it starts March 12th or something like that. Miami. I saw it.
I think they showed it on Peacock already in the States.
Oh, okay. I don't get that.
I don't watch Miami either. I wish I would have brought Joanna back. Maybe I would have watched it if they brought
Joanna Krupa.
Yeah, is Marisol back on Miami?
Yes.
Maybe.
I think she's a friend of, but she's on often. But I can't get it back into it. I just can't.
Didn't they put Jackie this year as a friend on GOC? Jackie Goldhart however you pronounce it. Then they drop her as a friend, but yet she's on every episode.
Jackie's, yeah. Well, the friends usually are like on.
They're just not getting paid the same check.
Yeah, they get like a significant.
I know what you guys haven't mentioned yet, that you're waiting for them to get their taglines and their.
Oh yes. So what do you guys think?
Wicked, you've been waiting.
Did Jennifer's change?
Oh, they weren't great. Teresa's wasn't very good. I can't remember what she said, but it was kind of dumb.
Teresa's something about like, blood is thicker than water, but it's a mess to clean up when it's
harder to clean up. And then, did anyone think Melissa looked a little different in her confessionals? Like,
I thought Melissa looked gorgeous.
Me too, Wicked. I love that red lipstick. I should do it more often.
Yeah.
Okay, Dolores had this like black dress on, and I thought that was the best Dolores ever looked. You know what I'm talking about? That confessional look that she had with the black dress. And
because I wrote earlier that Melissa's look was gorgeous, and then I was just like, "Ooh, Dolores bringing it."
And Jennifer had the green. She looked a bit different.
Jennifer looks like a guest at my parents' wedding in 1981. With the freaking red silk and the big hair and the bad perm. Like, again, she's a mess all around.
Her hair was straight in the confessional. Her hair straight in that one.
I didn't really like anybody's tagline, to be honest with you.
Neither did I, John.
So, all right, I'll read them out to everybody. You guys can vote, right? All right, so Melissa's. You never see how toxic someone is until you breathe fresher air. So that's Melissa's. Dolores.
Could have been so much better.
Dolores. This Jersey girl has the luck of the Irish, and no one's screwing with my pot of gold.
I liked only hers, really.
It's kind of cute.
Okay, Danielle's is. I may be over the top, but I'd rather be bougie than basic.
What?
Okay.
No. So she really does think she's bougie.
Margaret's is, well, no, she does because she has a child.
Right. She's got a company, Teddy, named Bougie.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. The kid store, yeah.
And she wants to talk shit about Jackie being fucking snobby. Oh my God, that light bulb just went off. You have a child's bougie like line of clothes and a boutique about bougie shit. But then you're training children and dressing them to be snobby
and gaudy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
We'll see this Valentina Loren party next week.
Yeah. Toddlers and Tiara, part 54.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Okay, so Margaret's is, I'm a loyal friend and a lethal enemy.
I like that one.
That was good.
She's on point.
I love Margaret, but I thought it could have been better. Rachel's is, I'm too busy running a business to care about yours.
I love it.
It reminds me of someone else had.
It's so generic.
Similar.
Rachel had a good line this week, though, when she said, "Jealousy is a sickness. Get better, Jennifer." Like how she said it. Very good for the first couple.
I did like that.
Get well soon, Jennifer Aiden.
But for a new housewife who's only like,
get well soon.
And so
for a new housewife who's only like 3 shows in, I thought that was a great line.
What? Yeah. Which one was it? I'm sorry, I was not paying attention.
Jealousy is a sickness. Get well, Jennifer. Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of Jennifer Aiden, hers is payback's a bitch, so start barking.
Horrible.
They really dropped the ball in like the tagline.
The caliber of taglines has gone down tremendously.
Teresa's is blood may be thicker than water, but it's harder to clean when it spills. And if I'm being honest, I have to give it to Teresa if I have to pick the best tagline. I'm not Team Teresa.
I would agree.
You know I'm not Team Teresa, but I'd be lying.
Yeah.
Well, I'm shaking my lip gloss right now. But
I'm Team Melissa, but I have to say that made the most sense for her storyline, right? So
it does. Yeah.
And see, just like Brooklyn can be, Brooklyn, just like
there
Brooklyn. Brooklyn wants to eat Melissa's box, and I will take Teresa's tagline. See, it's a give and take. See, we're not.
I do like Teresa's.
Where we can agree with Yeah, but like Dolores' taglines always suck. Like, it's always about like, this Jersey girl is not gonna back down from a fight. It's just like, I don't think I've ever liked any of Dolores' taglines. And I love Dolores.
I'm surprised.
So, just for the record, sorry about my voice tonight, guys. A little hoarse. Just for the record, who makes the taglines anyway? I know they pick it.
Usually, it's I know this. Production will give them like some ideas, but like some of the housewives will put like, I need a tagline for like the season, like, give me ideas. But from what I'm told, like I would say like 7 or 8 times out of 10, it's production that writes the tagline, and that's how that works.
Coco wants to know. I think we should have homework for next week. Coco wants to know what our taglines would be.
Oh, Lord. I'm gonna have to chew on that a bit, Coco.
Yes. Is that
I think that's gonna be our homework
for next week. And I'm not gonna settle for one.
John, you were looking for something to do for the house for this segment, right? Why doesn't everybody hand in their tagline for
you? There you go. That's our homework for next week.
Put the pen to the paper on this one.
It's like your haiku, but this one is like.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the haikus. Like that was just a complete mess. But win some, lose some. On
I did the homework.
All right, homework for next week.
Everyone could do that. And then
I loved everyone's energy with the haikus. But
I don't know.
Yeah, and
I live in a village, so I'd be like, I might be a village girl, but
you might want to think about that for more than 7 seconds.
Oh, right.
My friend, well, I like the ones who are like they just wrote like 3 different lines. It just didn't matter like how many syllables. It was like hey, I went to the store today and found some cabbage on sale. First line. It was cheap.
They're getting worse as the years go on.
I'm not going to go to Stop and Shop again. It was but it was fun. Don't forget, tomorrow night is also Sister Wives, and we have Maria's contest. But yeah, if the 4 of us want to come up with taglines, right? We could do that.
Okay, that's our homework.
I'll do it. I'll get some inspiration from my balcony.
But don't be like corny. Like, this bitch ain't worth the fight. Like, what was Jennifer's? Like, whatever that was.
Yeah. Trying to Lisa Vanderpump it and be like,
the taglines were not.
Vanderpump always had the best.
Can't I just go back and watch old episodes and get one of Teddy's?
The crown is heavy, darling.
The crown is heavy, darling.
That was one of the best ever.
All right, so back to Jersey. All right, so then we have Rachel and Jenn Fessler. Jenn Fessler.
I like them together.
I love her.
I do too. And listen, guys.
She doesn't share.
If you ever go to lunch or dinner with Jenn Fessler, you can share the spinach and artichoke dip. You can share a tray of mozzarella sticks as an appetizer, but do fucking not ask her to share an entree with you, because that is not what she's about, and I have to agree with her on that.
Oh, I hate it when someone takes
like, when a stranger. Okay, let's talk about this.
Yes, I'm team whatever, Jennifer.
Okay, so like appetizers are made for like sharing, right? You get like your appetizers, like, you take them off the plate, like you're sharing, right? That's what an appetizer is fucking for. Like, so I'm on Jenn Fessler's side with this one. Not that it was a thing, but and so yeah, she ordered a margarita pizza for herself, and like when
she
you get
is hands down 100% right. Don't touch my shit.
And it's a pizza, so like you get like a small, tiny. It's like this big, right? It's like tiny, and like you want to share. Share what? Like, you're gonna get like half my fucking pizza, and you're getting salmon. So what? I get one fucking bite of your salmon, and like pizza's different because you could separate it and take it off the plate. Like, so here, let me go.
I just love that she always eats. My fork. She's always eating. I love it. She's a real person. She fucking eats.
She loves that cheese.
God bless her.
I had to turn off my lights.
I didn't think it was that bad. Like, I think she should have like maybe phrased it a little better because she did come off like, she's like, no, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
Which she could have said like,
a little rough around the edges, but I agree.
You know what I would have said to Jen if I were to Rachel if I were Jen? I said, listen, why don't we get a margarita pizza as an appetizer, right? And then they could both share it.
Listen, she wants her own fucking pizza.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to share my fucking pizza. Yeah,
she wants her own shit.
That's what
would have happened if they ordered the appetizer and then, why can't I have my own pizza?
I bet you because
why do I have to make it an appetizer?
It's not like it's like a large, like, eight pie pizza. It's like a tiny little thing. Right.
But I'm thinking Rachel didn't want to order a whole one because she would never eat that, right?
Well, she could have got her own margarita pizza.
That's what I mean.
Rachel could have figured it out for herself.
She could have, but she didn't. And I'm thinking it was because she wouldn't normally eat that way, like a whole pizza. So she would get it if she only got half. So
hey, I don't give a shit what Rachel's eating. Just don't touch my shit.
And again, like,
I agree with Brooklyn.
People are like giving Jen shit, like, oh my God. And I know it's in my title because probably, but like, it was funny to me because like, I don't want to share my entree with you. It's like sharing dessert. Like, can I get a scoop of your fucking ice cream? Like, no.
No.
And my family thinks I'm so rude, but like, if someone takes a fry off my plate, don't do that. And I get mad. And they think
and don't ruin my dish. Like, if my dish comes a certain way, like, I want to work my way around it. Don't touch shit.
I thought I was the only one because my family makes me feel bad.
I have some issues.
My family gets mad. They think I'm rude.
Your entree is your personal dinner.
Because you know what happens. Like they have a bite and they're like, "Oh my God, those cheese fries are awesome!" And then they want, oh,
yep, it's gross.
It just doesn't stop at one.
Or people don't want to order the fries because it's bad for them, so I'll just take a couple of yours.
Well, you ever have a friend was like, "Let me get a bite of your burger." I'm like, like. Are you like? Yeah. I'm sorry. Like there are some people that could like share ice cream. like, let me lick your ice cream cone. There's a lot. Your tongue. Yeah, like I don't even like eating ice cream cones because I know my own saliva is fucking on it. Like I couldn't even think. Like I do. Ask him. Like if I get an ice cream cone, I'm like.
People will say, "Try this ice cream," and I'm like, "No." They want you to try it. Even my son, and he's 20. I'm like, no, I'm not trying it.
People share ice cream cones together? Like, that's like...
People do offer me some of theirs.
Let me get a bite of you. I don't want your fluids on my bread and my meat and my pickle.
Yeah.
And my mater.
Yeah.
My best friend is so funny. You know how like some people will be like, oh, can I have a drink with that? She'll be like, yeah.
Oh, it's so gross. I don't know. I think I might be like weird because like also like I with Cody like we'll share an ice cream cone. Like with me and him, it's okay, he's the only person on earth. Like I can.
First of all, no, we wouldn't because I don't share. Like,
no.
Well,
we'll do it from different ends.
I really let you drink my milk, and I really haven't.
But with everybody else, like I like if someone if I'm drinking a can of soda and like someone's like, let me get a sip. I'm like, you can keep it.
Yeah, but like I'll
my cousin licks the lid. She'll be like,
just see what
hand it over to you.
You see what Coco said? You see what Coco said?
Where?
Just
sneeze on your food. Is that there?
Yeah, that's smart.
Guys, I hate to interrupt you, but I have to cut out early.
Oh, all right.
I have like a migraine coming on. It's like, I can't even talk.
Yeah, I get those.
I'm sorry.
All right, I had to turn the lights off because they're bugging me.
But I love you all so much.
Have fun on your trip.
Thank you.
Yeah. Drink a margarita or something for me.
Where does your cruise go to?
St. Thomas, St. Martin, Bahamas.
Nice.
I think I've just been working too much, to be honest.
A great and safe time.
Do you have a balcony? Did you get a balcony? For your I was gonna say I've only done it once, and you would Oh,
I'd be in steerage.
I couldn't do it without it.
Yeah.
You be in the steerage?
Yes, like Titanic. I'd be like 18th class.
I will talk to you.
Go feel better. Go lay down.
Thank you.
Bye,
Have
honey.
fun. Are you gonna be here next week? Bye.
She's we're gonna do it on the following Monday or something like that.
Yeah. So she leaves this Friday and then she'll be back on
Sunday, right?
On Monday. So we're gonna do it Monday night. So we won't be doing Jersey. It'll be like a few days off. All right. So so yeah, like the sharing, the licking. No, ice cream is weird. Like people like to share gum. Like, oh my god, like what's wrong with you? Like they're like, let me like, hey, you have any gum? And they take the gum in their mouth and like they're like, oh yeah, that's great. Like,
I would die first. I would rip my tongue out of my head.
What's wrong with you?
What is Patricia? Patricia says, "Am I banished from chat?"
No, you're here. We can see you. This is
betrayal. No, because she's not a food sharer. It's okay. We can be friends still.
Me and my friends love sharing as long as it's food with you. Oh,
yeah. Sharing is okay, but like
sharing is caring.
Your mouth's on it.
Yeah, you got to set the rules first. You can't hey, let's share appetizers and then do this. You got to put the rules ahead.
Yeah. Well, I would find that weird to say to somebody, just so you know, I don't share.
All right, so let's move on from this sharing food subject because it's gross and wrong, blasphemous and unholy, and I just don't like it. And gargoyles and astrology.
So then she told Jennifer that Jennifer ate and called her and was talking about
Margaret. So Fessler. Yes, Fessler. Jenn Fessler. Jenn Fessler at their lunch. Rachel had said how Aiden called her to talk about Dolores. Fessler was saying how Jenn called her to talk about Margaret, and it all boils down to the party.
Yeah, and I mean.
And her bad nose job. She apologized. That's really bad.
Yeah, it was horrible.
We'll get there. Okay, so they're at the the party. We already talked about how Joe wasn't going to come and blah blah. So there's no need to revisit that.
Yeah, he's just being stubborn. I think he, Anyway.
So then Teresa with her no panties, which we started this live out about talking about. Goes up there and gives a speech and says that this is her chosen family. And Margaret, again, Queen Margaret, she's like, oh!
Yep. Well,
that was wrong.
Melissa,
I mean,
Margaret. She goes, oh, Melissa, that was a dick move. How do you feel? And again, I love Margaret. And I know Brooklyn was saying this earlier, but it's the first time that we ever actually saw Melissa break down kind of a little bit.
Yeah, because I think Melissa does try very hard to keep her children out of the adult situations. I think that, she's very much wanting to move forward. She knows Joe is so stubborn that, something's going to happen to either make them go forward or just fall apart. And I think it's sad. And I think Teresa very calculated.
Do you want to come up? Hold on. Addie, do you want to come up and be a Bravoite? I'll drop the link for you. Do you want to sub in for Brooklyn?
But I think Teresa's very calculated in her moves and, this is my chosen family. Oh, I didn't mean that. And who was it that was like, this is going to be blah, 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 blah.
Well, then Margaret was saying she's just like, oh, I didn't mean it. I had no idea.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't,
I look like a truck hit me. That's what
You look beautiful all the time. But yeah, it's
not me. No, Addie says she looks like a truck.
No, I said, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think you know, I kind of felt bad for Melissa. And
I
don't
did.
know
My heart
if
broke for
Teresa
her.
actually, because I don't know if Teresa's that smart to say chosen and mean it like that, unless Louie was saying, say chosen family. I don't know.
She might have just meant everyone that was there, she would consider them family, like all her friends. That's what I thought. Maybe, but maybe not.
Yeah, you know, and I still think it's clear like that that Teresa's trying to just like erase Melissa, like, you know, she didn't invite the in-laws and she didn't ask her to be in the bridal party, and then she has the balls to like counter back at Louie saying, well, she, you know, they weren't invited, your family wasn't invited to fucking, you know, whoever Sweet 16, and it's when they first met, like, so
yeah,
who would invite someone that you've known
And they were
for
talking about
family? It makes no
parents.
sense.
It's like, right.
It makes no sense. All right, so
And like, to be technical, they weren't family at that point. It doesn't matter if you're dating. You're not family.
right. And they were strangers. No one invites, like, you know, a new boyfriend's whole family over to like a Sweet 16, like, you know. Then so Jackie's there, and Melissa tells Jackie, like, by the way, listen, I may have told Danielle that you look like that you said that you look like a hammer, but at least Melissa like told her.
I thought that was great. Yeah.
Between us girls, I may have told Jackie, I may have told Danielle what you said about her looks and how you looked her up and down, this, that, and the other. And Jackie was like, yeah, I don't care, because, you know, I did. But then she kind of like took it back a second and said that she didn't look her up and down to when Danielle questioned. So here, this is a good scene. So here we have, you know, Jackie, and Danielle comes up all Staten Island-y, like, hey, what's up, Jackie? Does it look like I came out of a hamper now? Do I look like a dirty hamper now?
Put the bracelets all down there.
And Jackie was like, no, you actually you look put together.
You said you don't look like you're going to a pool party.
Yeah, and she did look like she was going to a pool party. I mean, like, yeah, Jackie could maybe have played it better, but like, they're all fucking snobby. I mean, like, and Danielle, being the person who runs a kid's snobby clothing fucking boutique, I think would know better than most, right?
Yeah.
I think that she's a little too bougie for Jackie.
I think that Jackie's a little too bougie.
You can be bougie elegant or bougie gaudy.
Take it, because I think Danielle's idea of bougie is very like Carmela Soprano. Like, I think Danielle's like a little gaudy, to be honest with you. If I had to call somebody gaudy, it would be Danielle. And it's always like the gaudy people who think they're like bougie and like in and hip and stylish. It's like my aunt that passed away years ago. She was like, she always thought she was like in, like, with her Sergio Tacchini, like, you know, jumpsuits and like her perm. And I'm like, yep, you're in, girl. But you know,
I have a friend like that, actually, and she's she is 50, and she's beautiful and everything like that, but she's still, and she dresses bougie, except it's all like Danielle, kind of like from the 80s still, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
I wish you could just torn your hair down.
You know, she's putting on all the gold chains and
too much eyeshadow.
Like bougie gaudy.
She's like watched Goodfellas like 800 times. Like, it's her favorite movie. Like, her idols like Janice Rossi.
No.
Oh, John, that is the limit. No, I don't know. I just thought, like, you know.
Yeah, it's tacky.
It was.
I thought somebody was going to punch the other one in that scene. Or something like that. You know what I mean?
But it's like, you know, Teresa's got a little army, right? You know, she's got Danielle, now she's got Jenn. So, you know, now Danielle's the muscle, right? So Jenn's the voice, right? And we got Danielle's the muscle. So, you know, Teresa's building her fucking team, man. Like, I gotta give her a lot of credit. She's building her army. So then we get into the thing where Jenn Aiden and Rachel get into it.
Yeah,
oh my God. Look at my last page out.
That was great. Idiot, asshole.
You know, it's at that point that I knew Jenn was drinking, because when Jenn drinks, she goes lower than low.
Yeah.
And because Jenn's a horrible human being. Jenn, not Jenn Fessler. Jenn Fessler. I like Jenn. Fessler.
Like Jennifer is a horrible human.
Yeah.
He's just rancid.
And she said, "Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out." Meanwhile,
because what's her storyline? She is like the Lisa fucking Rinna. She is getting in everyone's business. She's causing fights with everybody. I mean, that's Jennifer. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
1,000,000%. You know, she's trying to be Jersey's version of Rinna.
I loved Rachel though. Just turns around. There's no door, asshole.
Yeah, you know,
it's like, idiot.
I like Rachel. I thought it was horrible of Jennifer to bring up the nose job. It's like,
I just wanted to
honey,
tell her I felt bad.
You need to stop with Sutton. James, I like your comments, except the Sutton ones, but like,
yeah. And who wears those pants? I mean,
James, you would have to agree. Rinna is so much worse. Sutton may think she's. Let me see if I.
But at least Rinna has some.
Yeah, like Sutton tries to be.
Rinna has clout at least.
So, like Sutton's a bad pot stirrer, really. Like, because it always falls back on Sutton. Like, if you're like a good one, like it always falls on somebody else. Like what? But like it always falls back on Sutton. So, really, I don't know why Sutton's in this business to begin with, but.
Well, why did Lisa get fired? Does anyone know?
Trash bag.
Yeah. You ever seen her co-host on Kelly and Ryan?
Rinna?
Yeah, she actually co-hosts on there.
Ugh, I can't stand her either. I'm so happy. Like I'd much rather have Sutton on the show than Rinna, and I think James should have to agree.
Yeah.
Jealous of what? Those ugly leather pants?
She's a bit much. Yeah.
Sutton has her moments. You know, I'm like, oh no, you didn't, Sutton. But you know, Sutton takes like a lot of swings, man. I had to admire her like tenacity. Like she steps up to the plate and she just goes for it. And sometimes it's a big old whiff, and sometimes she hits it out of the park. It's like really 50-50 with Sutton. Like you don't know what you're gonna get, which makes her interesting with me.
Yeah.
And she talks like this, and she's like, I'm going to show these bitches what's up. And then, like, you know, he puts it out to the universe, and the universe either rewards her or doesn't. And there's like, no middle ground. So that's why I like Sutton. Rinna is just inherently evil all the goddamn time, and she knows it just like Jennifer. Jennifer is like the East Coast fucking Lisa Rinna.
Yes. So maybe she'll get fired too eventually.
Like tails. But I do like Rachel. I mean, you know, outside of her horrible comment about, you know, Rachel's botched nose job, you know, it's like, you know, she's not married to a plastic surgeon. She didn't have to go out of the country.
No, but Jennifer didn't even have Bill do her nose job. Remember, she
went to Turkey.
Yeah.
She found the dude on Instagram.
That horrible fucking job. And then, like, listen, like, you know, the whole nose job thing back and forth, and you know, and then Jennifer being like the Lisa Rinna wannabe, she goes, well, you know, I just know what it's like to have a terrible nose job, and she has a terrible nose job, so I want to be there for her. Like, I don't know how Rachel like just
didn't punch her in her
like I would have put hands on that one like real quick. And then again, Margaret's like, Rachel, did you just see what she said?
But you know
what? Margaret was like the referee, man. She was like with the whistle, which I had one. She's like, Rachel, did you hear what she just said?
But Rachel said on the way out, her husband said, you sure you want to leave? Do you want to, you know, check her? And she goes, nah, she doesn't have any class, which is
know,
great.
I do like I like that little exchange they had because that made me think more of them. You know,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that like he was gonna talk her into it. She would have been like, you know what, fuck this bitch, because he knew if it was Danielle, like it would have been different. Danielle would have been like.
Do people talk like that from, what is it, Staten Island?
Yeah, no, we do. Like, you know, Italians are also very animated. Like I am. Like when when I'm like really like, you know, ask Cody. Like I'm like all over the fucking place with my hands. So yeah, we do get like that. I'm not gonna lie. And Jackie knows. I thought Jackie was being like, and I love Jackie to death. I thought she was being like a little extra, like mildly extra when she said that to Danielle. But Jackie's feelings were also hurt because, you know, she wasn't invited, the only person not invited to the party, and they all kind of talked about it. But there.
At this point,
so that was not easy for Jackie walking into there knowing like that she was going to be there, and they had this whole giant filmed event that she wasn't invited to. So if I was Jackie in that situation, I probably would have did the same fucking thing, if not worse.
But at that point, did she know that she had been demoted? I mean, I thought she was going to be on the show, and then they demoted her, and then she was going to, it went like back and forth.
Oh, I just realized she didn't have a tagline or anything. So
no, yeah, she's not. She's a friend of the show. She's not like a main, but you know, usually after the last tell-all, sorry, that's 90 Day Talk. The last reunion is filmed like it's like 2 or 3 weeks after, and then Bravo will send the letters out, like, you know, of what. And so she knew, and there was talk of Jackie getting demoted. I wish she wasn't, because I always loved Jackie.
I like her.
You know, I think also, you know, because like, you know, her health situation right now is probably best for her, because it's not filmed as much, and then she get, you know, the friend of is like great, because like, you know, if you really don't care about the money, like aka Kathy Hilton, right? Like, you know, you don't have to be filmed as much. You get to go on all the fun trips. You don't pay for any of it. Like you get like the best of it. Like it's not the same monotony of like the everyday shit that they get filmed for. They just go on the trips. They go to the parties. It's like really like what you want to be. You just don't get a tagline.
What is that? Okay, but is Evan not the trade of the? I don't know what that means. James's comment.
But is Evan not the trade of the cast?
I don't get that, James. Is what trade of the cast?
It's not.
I don't understand this comment. Is Evan
not the trade?
The cast still?
Yeah, like we're all bummed. Huh? Makes sense.
Make it make sense, James.
Because we love Evan.
Yeah. But Jackie did admit that she did. Did you hear her say, "I'm a little bit of a snob"? She did say, "I am a bit of a snob."
Yeah, I mean, but they all are.
Yeah.
That's sexy looking.
I'll be right back. My battery's about to die. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I get my
That's what I had to do earlier.
Well, we're kind of almost done. Like,
but you know, it's like Jennifer wants to justify her pot stirring by saying, "Oh, I had to add context. I was just curious." It's like you're
Evan's definitely the best sexy looking. I'll take Evan. He's my Cody will take Joe.
Joe's my number one.
I take Evan. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think Evan by far, like all the franchises, is probably the best looking.
I would have to agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Although Mark Daly was a hottie, I still think Evan's cutie.
Oh, speaking of like the new house husbands, Drew Sidora's husband
saw that. That doesn't surprise
Ralph?
me.
His name's Ralph, right? Is it Ralph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one Ralph is?
Drew Sidora's husband on Atlanta.
Oh, he filed for what?
He's a good looking guy.
He is.
He filed against Drew for divorce.
Really?
What are you eating?
A carrot. Cody's boiling carrots.
Oh.
They're vinegar carrots.
They're vinegar carrot. They're vinegars. They're carrots boiled in vinegar, and they're delicious. They're yummy. Sorry.
But I just think, you know, Jennifer is a wretched drunk, you know, who says horrible things. I just don't like her as Your children are going to watch the show one day. They might not be watching it now, but they're going to see what a horrible human being you were.
Yeah, Joe Bonino, the work they did with his eyes, he looks like a new man. Like I want that. Yes. I want the same surgery because I want to get rid of my eye bags and like right here he looks like he's 25. Like not the rest of his face, like right here he looks really good.
Yeah, just a little Botox up here, he'd be great.
Same for Paul.
I am starving. Sorry.
I am too. My stomach is growling.
We had a long day. We had to go to Newark, as I stated earlier. Like we had to we were in traffic. Then we went to IKEA. We
nonstop for hours and hours and hours.
I am tired.
I have a question. Is it straight vinegar or is it vinegar mixed with water?
Red wine. It's straight red wine. No,
I put a little bit of water.
Cody's different. He puts water. I just do straight vinegar.
I've never heard of this before. I'll have to try it.
They also make string beans with vinegar. Like
really?
The canned string beans?
I'm just in moving purgatory. The cable people were supposed to come today and they didn't.
Oh.
And then
how's your toe?
Huh?
Your toe. How's your toe?
Oh, it hurts like a mother, let me tell you. I need to get some.
Oh my God! Do you have the full cast on because your toes hurt?
The boot.
Did you see what Jennifer?
I got a walker.
The housewarming with this cast that went from her knee down into her foot for a broken.
I was going to rent a scooter. I was going to rent a scooter, but just opted. We had a walker from my dad, so I'm using a walker.
You're joking, right?
Yes.
She had on like that cast for one singular broken fucking toe, and she wore that giant. Are you kidding me? The boot, whatever the hell it was. It was ridiculous.
It's called an air cast walking boot.
No, she didn't have an air cast. It was just like a boot.
Yeah,
it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Look at Teddy Mellencamp's hair is wild.
Yeah.
I know. Looking sexy, Teddy. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm in the process of moving and I went to open our new pantry door and the clearing of it is higher than like our other one. And I don't know how I did it, but I hit my big toe and I cut my toenail in half. And it hurts like a mother.
You're gonna have to remove that, right? You're gonna have to take.
I don't know. I'm afraid to.
I mean, Jennifer was having a good old time on it. She didn't feel nothing between that and the 18 kilos she threw back.
Yeah. And her, just to give you some context, and I was just curious.
A broken toe. It's probably like her pinky toe too. It's like nothing like, oh my God, my toe. Yeah. I can't.
Wicked. I had this finger here when I was pregnant. Literally for no reason whatsoever, the entire nail just fell off. There was nothing going on. I went to my doctor and he actually said, "It's just you. It'll grow back." So I just have some experience with that. It totally grows back normal. So if you have to have it removed, it will grow back.
Okay, well,
not the toe.
I have a fork in my hand. I'm about to eat.
Yeah, so leave it alone.
And conversation about ripped off toenails,
fingernails.
Yeah, no, I'm just
like greener pastures.
Eventually, so
it's not just so weird though. It just fell off. And my doctor.
Okay, again, just so on the subject.
Inaudible.
You throw up.
So I think we are at the end.
I thought we were done.
Yeah, we're at the end of the episode.
Oh
yeah.
God! But next week's looks amazing.
2 hours.
It's delivering every every week it gets better and better.
Jennifer was holding up a table, like a napkin or something at the restaurant. She was hiding behind it because I'm trying to remember who was fighting. Probably Jennifer with somebody. Do you remember for next week what they showed? It looked really good.
Yeah, it was Margaret. It was her and Margaret going at it. Like Jersey's delivering.
Yeah.
Art,
I have to stream it, and when you stream it on Peacock, because I don't have cable, they don't show you the upcoming episodes.
Oh, they showed quite a bit of it last night. And I was, you were on your 90-day panel last night, I think, or Sister Wives or whatever. As soon as I finished watching it, I was like, oh my God, I got to message John. And then I went on your thing. I'm like, oh.
So next week is going to be great. And then speaking of Sister Wives, tomorrow night, Thursday night, Sister Wives night. So if you haven't watched episodes 3 and 4 of the second season, that's the homework. And Maria is also having a contest with a prize to so there's that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And,
have to color something.
And then we're gonna do our housewives.
Oh, there's Maria. Look, I said Maria's name and she popped up.
There she is.
Be sure to smash that. Yes. Hit the like button, everybody. We should be reminding people to do that because I always do it as soon as I sign in. I just go right over before it even starts. Before it even starts, I just hit it.
And this was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna do an after show night because again, I have to eat because I'm about to fall over.
Yeah, same here.
Pop-Tarts and Sanker are the breakfast foods. You know the official breakfast foods. This is dinner time.
Well, after my own heart.
So that's it. I'm gonna end this. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we're
Tomorrow
good.
night, Sister Lives, and happy March.
Okay.
Happy March.
March 12th.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Good night.